so we're starting this over again because my camera died and I've not noticed this. So I just put in new batteries and all that, so it should work now. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So this whole video idea is basically a get ready with me. It's very chatty, get ready with me. And I want to talk about Disney movies and Disney things coming to the parks and such, and it's very my unpopular opinion about each thing that I'm going to talk about. So basically, let's talk Disney. And it's going to be my personal opinion. I know everybody has a different opinion. This is mine. Please don't get offended if I say something I don't like and you guys like. This is my opinion and this is what I think. I'd be happy to know what your guys' opinion on some of these things are and what you think, and yeah, because I'd love to hear the other side of my opinion, because that's how I do. That's how I balance myself out, because I may hold on to my own opinion, but I'd love to hear the other side. So, you know, besides no. So far, what I have done for my camera now is I took my L Plus matte blotting mist first and put that all over my face. Then I took some of my Maybelline Superstay foundation and then put that as a base for my eyelids, because we're going to start off with the eyes first. And I was talking about Lesson Fit 2 because that's the most coming soon video from Disney that's coming out. I can't wait to see it. It's coming in October. Hold on. I need my drink. So what I was saying is, in the trailer we see that Aurora and Philip are engaged, and it looks like Aurora and Maleficent get invited to Prince Philip's castle where they meet his parents and all that, and they have this sort of feud because Maleficent is not within the royal, you know, chain and all that. So yeah, so I'm speaking my eyes when I talk. So she's not within the royal chain or anything, you know, where like, oh, you must be a royal to become within the castle or within nobility and all that, you know, that time period. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. That's just what I'm thinking, and that's why there's that little tidbit between Maleficent and Philip's mother, which we have no idea what their name is. We've only seen the father before, and that was in the animated version, but that's about it. I don't remember his name. Because he wasn't a very big character. Like, he was there for, like, visiting. He met Philip for a brief moment before Philip sped off. And then he drank with Aurora's father and all that. Talking about plans for the kids and all that. That's about it. We don't really see much of Philip's parents. I didn't even know he had a mother, you know. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I wonder how they're gonna take that on. And of course, Maleficent is this motherly character that has come into place. You know, she's very protective of Aurora, and because she's like the only parent figure she has now, since both of her parents are dead. Right? I get this right? I hope so. So yeah, so it's really interesting to see on what they do with this. Oh my gosh. Yes, this is all going. Sorry, listening to Speechless from a lot of it is like on replay for me. So yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see on how that's going to affect everything, because it looks like Maleficent and Aurora do not agree on the whole parenting role that she holds and all that, and why does she overstep the boundaries and all that. So yeah, I'm super excited to see it, so I would definitely be watching it. I saw the first one, I loved it. I love those kind of remakes of movies that they're doing, like they do the villain side. I hate how they're redoing all of the animated movies that I love dearly as animated movies, you know, like, oh my god, like, please stop. They were great before. I mean, I don't mind like the villain side. Like, I'm so excited for Cruella and all that, you know, like 1970s Cruella. So yeah, super excited about that because, like, you know, Emma Snow she's like one of my girl crushes. Like, I love her. Yeah. So I'm super excited about that. What do you guys think of all the live action movies? Like, I like some. I'm glad they did some, you know, like, I definitely love the new version of Cinderella, you know, with Lily. I hated the animated version, so that was my least. I don't really hate it, I disliked it. I would watch it and such, and like, I would appreciate Anna's the princess and all that at Disneyland. But it wasn't my favorite Disney movie growing up. It is my sister's favorite movie. So I like the newer version of Cinderella. That's just my personal opinion, like the live action version. Well, then again, I love the Broadway version of Cinderella, so that's more of my take. Or like Drew Barrymore's Cinderella, that was so good. Like Ever After was amazing. I like those ones, like where they do something different. A little bit different, like she still gets the prince and all that, and they still come from two different worlds. But I like all the drama in Ever After. I don't know why, I just do. So yeah. What's the next movie on my list? Frozen 2, which is coming out in November of this year. I don't know how I feel about this one. I mean, I liked Frozen the first couple times I saw, but then again, I was one of those people that thought it was overhyped and all that. So I'm not sure how I feel about this. It looks very interesting from the trailers that we've seen and all that. I'm hearing like Elsa is gonna find this other person that's like her, but like a different season or something, you know. I'm hearing a lot of rumors about that. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but that'd be interesting to see where her powers come from. What does that mean with Anna? Like, how does Anna come into play with this? Because that's her sister and all that, you know? So, do they have like a cousin or something, you know? Interesting to see. Sorry, looking at the lake. So were you guys one of those people that liked Frozen, like the many times that you saw it? I was definitely one of those people that liked it the first couple times I saw it. I mean, I saw it 4 times in theaters, I think. I saw it with my boyfriend, I saw it with my sisters, I saw it with his mom. I saw a sing-along. Yeah, I think 4 times. No, I saw it 5 times. Then I saw it at my best friend and her husband, which was weird. Like, that was like one of the first, that was the beginning. That was like way back then when me and my boyfriend started dating. How weird. Okay, they took me to Disney movie. But like when we first started dating. How sweet. Right? So yeah. So I don't know what to make of it. I hope they do like the whole like different season thing. I'll probably go see it still, or just watch it on Disney Plus. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the first one. Like after the 5 times I saw it. Then again, I had a sister who would replay it all the time, and me and my sister Brittany would just get annoyed of it because we're like, can you stop, please? And you know who you are, little miss. I know you like the songs and all that, but we got annoyed at you. on the verge of this movie that's coming out in December. You know, that big Star Wars movie. I did not like I don't like the new Star Wars movies because it goes against the whole franchise. I love the older movies, like the old movies, like the very beginning ones, like 4, 5, and 6. They're like my favorite movies to watch. I don't like the newer ones. Like, I still saw them in theaters, so I thought they would get better as time, because I'm like, okay, the first one, it's kind of different, you know, that first one. And then the second one came out, and I'm like, I don't like this. And now they just keep coming out, and then, like, the more I watch them, I don't like them, and I see flaws in them. Like The Last Jedi, just reminding me of A New Hope. That was it. What the hell? Oops, sorry. I'll probably leave that. Like, what the heck? Why are you just reminding me of A New Hope? Because it's a very similar story about it, you know? But, like, Rise of Skywalker, I don't know, I haven't done my research on this because I'm like, I kind of gave up on the newer ones because I'm like, I don't know, I didn't like the other ones, so I don't know if I like this one, so I'm just gonna see it in the movie theater. I'm probably gonna see it in the movie theater. I probably won't, because we have this tradition of me and my friend, we see the Star Wars movies out on Christmas, after Christmas dinner and all that, all the time, because we saw the last ones. After Christmas dinner, because that was our thing. We like movies. We like watching movies and such. So yeah, we'll probably go see it and do our little tradition of that, or we'll just go see it at a cheapy theater. But yeah, we weren't impressed with like the newer ones. Like, I'm sure there's some people out there that love the newer ones and love the new characters. I just think they're boring. Or maybe I'm just holding on to the older ones too much into my heart, because like those are the ones that make me fall in love with Star Wars and the whole franchise and all that. Because I am a big Star Wars geek. Like, I got so bad into them that I started looking at facts and doing my research, and then starting to read the books, which are not canon anymore, which sucks. So yeah. My favorite character is Boba Fett. I don't like him from the movies because I think he had a horrible death. But if you read the books and all that, he's a total, like, different character. I'm like, oh my god. So I like the book version of him. I don't like the movie version of him. So yeah, that's just my take. There it is. That's just my take on that. So I'm probably gonna still see the movie. I'm excited about the whole, like, I don't know if this is really gonna be like this, but for like the trailer that everybody's talking about, that Rey's gonna switch sides and become a dark side, and then a whole bunch of other characters are coming into, like the Emperor coming back into the movie. I'm like, what the heck? Why is the Emperor coming? I thought he died. Or he's gonna be a spirit. He's gonna be a Force spirit, probably. Then again, we saw Darth Maul. I'm like, heck is Darth Maul doing with it? My favorite Star Wars newer movie, it has to be Rogue One. That is my favorite one, because it just like it goes with the older ones, you know. That is my favorite one. Like, with like Last Jedi or what was episode 7? I forget. It's like, but I did not like those. I did not like episode 7, not like episode 8. It's just like, no, didn't do anything for me. I got bored. Like, literally, like, episode 8, The Last Jedi, I almost fell asleep because I was so bored. Like, for the most of it. And then the battle scene was kind of cool, you know. But other than that, I was really bored. And this is just my opinion. You guys may have something, like, someone may have, like, absolutely love these movies. That's fine. You can love these movies and They may love these movies and hate the old ones. That's fine. That's your opinion. But I'm just saying, this is my. I was bored with the newer ones. Like I like. It's hard to do. I like the older ones. Just because, like, I'm like. I wouldn't say I'm an OG fan, but my dad's more the OG fan because he actually is the fan that had all these come out during his time. But yeah, I'm that 2000s fan, you know. I grew up with like 1, 2, 3 when they came out. So yeah. Are you guys gonna see this? Do you like the newer ones? Let me know. They don't faze me at all. So, what's next? Oh, next year in March we have 2 movies coming out. We have Onward, which I'm super excited for. So we have, what was names? Tom Holland and, Chris Pratt playing 2 elf brothers, which I'm super excited. Again, I don't know a lot about this movie. I need to do my research better. So, but, I didn't go to D23, which I really wanted to. I'm really bad. This is a Disney fan. Like, I don't know my facts. So yeah. Recently on this adventure where I don't wear eyeliner, but I want to try these new, well, they're new to me, mascaras I got from Wet Wild, because like I love the Essence one, the Lash Princess one. It's one of my favorites, but it's kind of drying out and kind of being like at the 3-month mark, so I need to get new mascaras, and these are the ones I found because I'm on a budget, you know, and I need cheaper stuff. So I have the Wet n Wild Mega Volume Mascara, so we're gonna try this one. Oh, and then the other March movie, ooh, I like this, is Mulan, which I'm kind of skeptical on it because like I love the anime version. I love Donny Osmond's song. I love Mushu as Eddie Murphy and all that. Eddie Murphy as Mushu. You know, because there's not gonna be any Shang in the new movie. There's not gonna be any Mushu. The person who guides her is a phoenix, because you gotta go back to the Chinese history and all that. The phoenix symbolizes women in their history, and dragon symbolizes man. I don't think it's a real phoenix, but it's somewhat like a phoenix. I forget the exact terminology of it. So yeah, I did that research. Actually, my boyfriend told me about that. I'm like, oh, interesting. I wasn't sure what it was, and he explained me it's like a phoenix. I'm like, oh, and I forget the other terminology for it. Okay, this is not a bad mascara at all. Okay, Book Lovers! Another movie I'm excited about, which is coming out in May next year, 2020, is Archimedes Fowl. Who read that book? Because I did. Oh my god, I'm so excited for that movie. I hope it doesn't flop. I hope it really doesn't flop because I wanted to do this so well because I loved reading that book in elementary school. It was one of my favorites and it got me into reading. So yeah, so I'm super excited about that. I don't have any memory of what that book is about, but I'm so excited. I'm like, oh, I read that book. And that's it. I need to reread it. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. Then coming out in June next year is Soul, which kind of gives me like, what is that movie? What is that movie? Inside Out vibes, because I'm like, oh, so instead of feelings, we have souls now? How did I do that? Do you ever find random mascara on me? How did I do that? Weird. So it kind of gives me Inside Out vibes, so instead of feelings, we have souls, which have unique personalities, and that soul makes your personality and something like that. It's weird. Like, I'm intrigued about it, you know. I definitely want to see where they do this and how they take this and such, but it just reminds me of Inside Out. I do like to do a double mascara, just that's how I am. I mean, this doesn't look bad. Like, it looks very natural. It doesn't feel too heavy, but it's just not something that I wear on its own. I probably take my Colossal Big Shot tinted primer first and then use it, just to give myself more fullness to my eyelashes. Next, we're going to use the Mega Length Mascara. So we use the volume one, now we're going to use the length one. I'm feeling very fall, but it's not fall yet. It's almost fall. Like at the end of September, this is gonna be fall. I'm so excited. Then I can put all my decorations up, and I'm so excited. It's very hard to talk with the mascara on, so I'm just doing this for now. I was talking about was Souls, which I said was a very inside out vibe to me, and then my camera cut out again. So what I did was I used my, if I can find it, I use my Navi Strubbing Cream. It's a highlight and bronze cream, which I use as my base before I put my foundation on. And it makes me pink. It's like a sunburn, but it holds my foundation so good. Then I mix my Maybelline Up to 24 Hour Foundation and my CoverGirl True Blend Liquid Foundation together, just because they give me a good mixture. I'm going to apply a little more, just because I need a little more coverage. Forehead, because I still look like I'm summer. Not work, so let's put our mirror right here. Let's see if that'll work. Stay, you stupid thing. No, stay, you stupid. Okay. So the next movie I want to talk about, which they premiered at, they announced at D23, is Jungle Cruise. I don't know much about this movie because they did little funny trailers about that Emily Blunt and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson did about what the movie would be like, you know. But honestly, I have no clue. I'm guessing it's going to be about a Jungle Cruise skipper because, you know, Jungle Cruise is about the skipper and the adventures of Asia and Africa, I believe. I don't know. I just remember the 8th wonder of the world. That's what I wanted. That's my favorite part. I remember a few years ago they were talking about doing a Robin Williams and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie about this, but sadly it was around the time that Robin Williams died, so they obviously could not do that anymore. Make sure this is all blended together. So obviously they could not do that anymore, which sucks because I would love to see a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Robin Williams movie, but sadly he died. So we can no longer have that movie. So yeah, this movie's been in the production for a very long time. I'm just excited that they finally are getting around the chance to do it. So I have no clue what it's going to be about. We just saw those funny trailers from them, unless it's going to be like a comedy. So, and they're just setting us up for that, which pretty cool if it's comedy, because Jungle Cruise Bride is all about punny jokes, you know. So yeah. I can fix my eyeshadow because I went over that. Oh, and the palette I'm using is Impress You by Beauty Glaze. It's like this really pretty, affordable palette. Kind of reminds me of one of the Morphe palettes. But it has such great pigmentation to it, so it's really good. It's one of my favorite affordable palettes. next thing I want to talk about, why I powder my face, is the one and only Ivan. I have no clue what this movie is about, but it's going to come out next year in August, so I don't know anything about this. It just looks interesting from like the title cover and all that. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, there's a few things on my list, like I have no clue what they are about. Again, I have not done my research a lot on this. I'm hoping to get more information on this. Next movie is The Eternals. I love the Marvel franchise, and I'm super excited for another Marvel movie. It kind of reminds me of X-Men a little bit, with like all the mutants and such. That's just what it reminds me of. From what I've seen of this and what it's about and all that, it just reminds me of the X-Men mutants, like all the kids that are like at Dr. Xavier's School for Gifted Children. I don't know, what do you guys think? That's just what vibes it's giving me. Alright, just making sure this belongs together. Next movie I want to talk about is Raya and The Last Dragon. Like, a lot of these movies give me different vibes from like other things that he made, like Raya, something like that. Maybe I don't know how to pronounce it. Give me like Jake Long, you know, American Dragon vibes. That it just reminds me of that, because like he had to fight bad guys, he transformed into a dragon and all that. Except this chick, she doesn't transform into a dragon. She just has a dragon guardian, I think. Again, another one. I'm not sure what it's about. I'm just going off of what I've seen and what I've heard and my assumptions. Ooh, we're getting another Doctor Strange movie. I'm so excited. I love the other ones. Super excited about this. We're also getting another Thor movie. Not sure how I feel about this, because I'm like, oh, it's girl Thor. I don't know much about girl Thor. It is going to be played by Natalie Portman. I mean, I love Chris Hemsworth as Thor, and I'm not sure how I feel about girl Thor, you know? Like, why did she get to have the hammer and all this? But we shall see when more comes out for this. You know? Another movie I want to see. Oh, Indiana Jones 5. Don't know much information about this, but I know this movie has been in the make and we've been talking about it a lot over the past years. So I'm super excited with that. I mean, the last Indiana Jones kind of flopped. Like the Crystal Skull one was kind of not that great. But I hope they step up their game and they improve. So we shall see. I mean, I love Indiana Jones. I actually have an Indiana Jones shirt that I got from my local theater. It says snakes. Why does it have these snakes? Which is like my favorite quote, because I'm like, I feel the same about snakes. So I'm like, I hate snakes. What else been doing? I know my boyfriend was excited about, kind of on the verge of excitement about Blade. They're remaking Blade, which my boyfriend told me was his first R-rated movie that he ever saw when he was a kid, that he had to see. He doesn't understand why they're remaking it, but he'll give it a shot because he wants to see what Disney does with it. So yeah. My foot is falling asleep. If you ever sit for a long period of time, your foot just falls asleep. That's what happened to my arm. Excuse me while I spray my face. Woo! With that, we're getting another Black Panther 2. Super excited. We are again supposedly another Star Wars movie. It's untitled right now. We don't know. It's said to come out in 2022. We're gonna get another Guardians. Don't know when that's gonna come out. We're getting a live-action Lady and the Tramp. I don't know how I feel about this one. I was talking to my boyfriend about this one, and he's like, "Oh, so it's like Aristocats." I'm like, "It's nothing like Aristocats." You know, he got Aristocats and Lady and the Tramp mixed up. I'm like, how do you do that? Then again, he's not a Disney nerd like me, so he doesn't know. I don't know how I feel about that, because I love the anime version. He's like, I don't want to see it because it involves dogs. I'm like, well, no, none of the dogs died. And then I'm like, and then one of the birds like, none of the dogs get hurt either. I'm like, wait, at the end, when the dogs get hurt, he's like, yeah, no. Because he's a big dog lover and he doesn't want to see like animals get hurt or anything. So he will not be watching it in the theaters. We might be watching it on Disney Plus at home. Maybe. He gets very emotional with animal movies. Like so emotional. He's the type of person that gets emotional and gets angry that he's emotional. If you're one of those people, so yeah. Animal movies are only allowed at home. They're not allowed to be watched in theaters. I can't watch Old Yeller, can't watch Where the Reverend Grows. I have those movies. So yeah, he can't watch any animal movies, like any dogs or horses. Like he'll watch I Am Legend. I'm like, the dog dies, and he gets emotional on it. So we're like, oh, we're gonna watch it at home on either DVD or Disney Plus. We are getting Disney Plus. We got it because I'm a Disney freak and I need my Disney fix. I live in Arizona now and cannot go to Disneyland as frequently as I want to. Oh, if y'all didn't know, I moved to Arizona. Yeah, I'm no longer in California. I am in Arizona for college, which is not working out very well. Because I don't have the funds for it. But I want to go to this school. So, applying for lots of scholarships and loans. So much fun. Those are all the movies I'm excited to see come out, and some of them I don't know much about them, but they sound very interesting, like just the title and the people who are in them and such, you know. Make sure my camera's still on. Disney news coming soon. We're getting a Disney Choir series, which I'm super excited. I'm fangirling like internally about, because I grew up on Disney Choir. Like, that was my childhood show. Like, oh my Oh, she's like one of my favorites. Like I watched it, I think all through elementary and throughout some middle school. So it's time I was between 7 and 12. Good 5 years. And it like touched on some like crucial things like body positivity, like when Miranda was going through a diet and she like hurt herself more than helped herself, and Lizzie was trying to help her and she's like, no, I'm fine, you know. So yeah. And then when Kate broke her arm, Lizzie taught her how to do a one-handed cartwheel. They kind of became friends, and then she got better at it, and then they kind of became enemies again, which I'm glad, because I didn't like them as friends. I didn't like Kate. There's something about her I did not like. Not just because she's like the mean girl, but like just that character. I did not care for her, you know. So I hope all the cast comes back. If they don't, then I understand, because you can, just like all the other shows, like that's a Raven series, you know, we couldn't get Orlando back because he's in jail and he did all that bad stuff. And Disney won't stand for that for a kids show. A bunch of other things. Side note of not being Disney, Blue's Clues is back. Who is excited that Blue's Clues is back? Who was that? Who watched that as a child? I did. I heard there's going to be Steve's going to come back with Blue's Clues for the reveal and such, which I'm so excited. I don't know how I feel about the new guy. Like, I watched an episode. Yes, I watched it because I was curious on to see. They don't do mail as mail. They do email. I'm like, oh, I guess you have to do that now since technology went up and we don't have mail. Why not just have mail? But like, I was there singing all the songs because they do all the same songs, which I love. And I love how they upgraded Blue, because you know, new technology and such that. I love those type of things where like it's animated and it's live action, like Enchanted and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I don't know, those are my favorite type of movies and shows. I don't know, I like the two-dimension thing. The two universes together, which is very interesting. What's another thing? Disney Plus, as I mentioned, I'm getting. Who's getting Disney Plus? Show of hands. So yeah. Then on Disney Plus, they're doing One Day at Disney, which is all about the Disney company, and they'll show you backstory, just like what Walt did, I think, when he did World of Color. Is that right, Renee? World of Color, where Walt Disney showed them like the back lot of the Walt Disney Company. I think they're doing that again, which is gonna be cool. We're getting 3 new live action series for Marvel. I'm so excited about that. Especially the Loki one. So excited. There's gonna be a Galactic Star Cruiser for Star Wars at one of the Disney parks. I think it's Walt Disney World. I think it's Walt Disney. Which I'm super excited because me and my family are planning to go to Walt Disney World in 2 years. So excited about that. So we'll see all the new Epcot stuff and all the Star Wars stuff. The thing I'm most excited about is the return of Obi-Wan Kenobi, because we're getting the OG, not the OG Obi-Wan Kenobi, we're getting the 2000s Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I'm super excited about, because that's my favorite Obi-Wan. I thought there was something on the ceiling, but it's just my hair. Oops. I'm a dork. We're also getting Kermit the Frog here on Disney Plus. Okay, I haven't really released much on Kermit the Frog here, or I just haven't done my research on it very much. It could be both. We're getting a new parade at Disneyland, which I'm super excited about. I've seen all like the designs for the artwork and such, and it looks amazing. I'm hoping to return to Disneyland soon so I can watch the parade. We're also getting a new cruise line called Disney Wish, which is super excited. Or we got a new cruise line called Disney Wish? I forget. Epcot is getting a whole transformation, like Tomorrowland. I mean, not Tomorrowland. Futureland is totally being demolished and redone because of the future times that we have now. Like, it just could not keep up with technology. Like, it is like 5 to 10 years apart. Justin Scarge actually did a video. I will link it up above if you want to see the whole visuals for that. He actually like went to Epcot and pointed out where he thinks everything is going to be from just the artwork and the planning and all that and what we see. We're getting a Moana thing called, what are we calling it? Journey of Water, which is all Moana inspired, in London on the whole like world showcase. We're getting Cherry Tree Lane, Mary Poppins, whole ride, the first ever Mary Poppins in any Disney park, which I'm super excited about. Also at Walt Disney World, they're getting a Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind attraction. I think that's going to be in Epcot too. At Hollywood Studios, they're getting Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which they finally released the ride vehicles are going to be like. I lost my word for a second. I'm like, wait, what? Just kind of like a little train, you know, kind of like Casey Jr. style, but like a little bigger, you know. So it's probably going to be like the same style structure as the previous ride. I'm missing what that ride is called. Crap, it just closed a few years ago. But it's probably going to be the same style as the previous ride. They're just going to transform into a train instead. Yeah, so and then they're going to do a whole bunch of projections, and you're going to be going on a runaway railway. Yeah, so they're soon working on that. At Walt Disney World, there's going to be Star Wars themed hotel. I'm super excited. I hope they're up by the time I go. If not, then I'm going to be super sad. Sorry, I'm putting my makeup. I'm almost done with my makeup, and almost done with this. Which is perfect timing, because I thought it would be like around the same time. Last thing I have to do is that lipstick. And powder again. And spray. Yeah, the Guardians ride is going to replace Ellen's Energy at Epcot. I think, so that one's gone. I wasn't right about that. The Magic Kingdom, they're getting a Tron ride, which is from Shanghai Disneyland, which I want to go on. It looks super amazing. It kind of reminds me, have you ever been to Knott's Berry Farm? It's kind of like that one horse ride. What is it called? Help me out, sisters. One of them where you kind of sit like motorcycle style, like your feet are back, or like you're riding a horse kind of. You know how you ride a horse where like your feet are back and like the things. I'm not very good at describing things. Your feet are back onto a position where your feet are, and then you hold on and you're like hunched over. If you have really bad back problems, I suggest wearing a brace or not going on this ride, because it will be very bad for your back if you're hunched over like this and you can't be like that all the time. Yeah. So I think that's it that I want to talk about and I'm most excited about. As I said, me and my family are planning to go to Walt Disney World in 2 years. We've been one time. I have a whole series on that with a mixture of videos and pictures. If you want to see that, I will link the first one up here, and you guys can go see that. If you want to see more of it, I will link a playlist at the end this video with whole type of vlogs that I did. There's a bunch of Disney ones. There's a Hollywood Bowl one that I went for Disneybound night. So yeah. So what are you guys most excited about the parks and the movies and such? Please comment below. I would love to hear your opinions. I am going to go do my hair and makeup. I will probably do a little last minute look at the end of this video, just so you guys can see the final project. But anyways, I will see y'all next time. Bye. Okay, so I finished my makeup and my hair, and I took a poll on my phone with my sisters and my family and all that, and I asked them what's their name 2 things they are most excited for either the movies or the Disney parks, and all of them said Marvel Land. So basically Avengers Campus. The one thing I forgot to mention in my little opinion video of this video. So Avengers Campus, it looked amazing for California Adventure in California, Disneytown Adventure, DCA, whatever you want to call it, which is going to connect with the whole Guardians thing, and it's going to overtake the Bugs Land area if you're familiar with it. But like the concept art looks amazing for it. We're going to get a PIM style restaurant, which they're going to have like little itty bitty, or they're going to have like itty bitty things. And you just like, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I know there's a PIM restaurant, and then there's going to be another ride, and it's just going to be like amazing. It looks just amazing. I hope they like have like neon, just like Carsland does, but like nighttime, and it would just look amazing. So there's another opinion that I forgot to mention in my whole like, oh, coming soon to Disney. Sorry, just held that coming soon to theaters and DVD. If you're that old, let me know in the comments again. That's how I am. Why am I getting so emotional over this? Oh my god. Do you ever get so excited over something that you get emotional and you start crying? That's how I feel about like everything that's coming to Disney. Like, I'm not the most excited person for the remakes of the live action movies because I love the anime versions, but I am excited to see differences between the movies. Like the anime movies will always be my heart. Those are the things I grew up on, that I watched in my childhood, that I still rewatch to this day. No matter how old I am, I probably will still watch them, but like, I'm not the most excited for the remakes of the live action. Like, I love the new live action Cinderella. That's one of my favorite ones. I love Melissa Bend. I was like, I love seeing her point of view in like a different story almost. It's not the true story where, you know, Slade Beauty gets pregnant and Prince Philip is the R word. R-A-P-E. Yeah, I'm not saying that word. I hate that word. So yeah. And we also don't have the true story of Cinderella, well, the Grimm's version, you know, which is basically one of the older stories of these fairy tales. Which my boyfriend likes to say true stories, but it's one of the older stories. Where we have Cinderella, where we have this, well, we did have it Into the Woods, where the stepsisters had to cut a toe and a heel, and then they got their eyes picked out with birds, so that was in there. Well, we still haven't had Ariel, where she committed suicide because Eric actually married Vanessa. Yeah, that happened. Slimity is not pregnant. So yeah, so we don't have the Grimm version, but we have a different version of the animated story. Like, we have more in depth with some characters that we didn't have before. But then again, those during the day and age, they didn't really care about that. You know, it's a different day and age, different era between when those movies were released. And now that we have more technology and we can actually, like, instead of having 2D, we have 3D, and then we also have so many more digital concepts that we can do now with movies. Like, did you see Moana and like how they did the water, the ocean? Did you see Rapunzel, how they did her hair and how it moves with her and it doesn't look just like hand drawn? It's amazing the technology it is today, but I'm not the most excited for the live action movies. I will still see them. I will still watch them probably, but in my heart, the animated movies will become first for me before the live action ones, except for Cinderella, because Cinderella animated is not one of my favorites. The live action one is better, just because like I like how it's a different story, and it reminds me of Ever After, and that's one of my favorite Cinderella stories, as I said before. Let's see. So they're gonna bring out Lady and the Tramp. They're thinking about doing the Black Cauldron, which I'm like, oh my god, it was so amazing, like animated, and like nobody really knows it. I just found out. I actually find that more people nowadays than when I was younger know about the Black Cauldron, because I think people have like been talking about it more than anything, you know. But they're thinking about, I had this rumor that they're thinking about doing the Black Cauldron. I'm like, oh, but the anime was so good and so dark, and I loved it, how they got that villain, the Horned King, like he was amazing, you know. I don't know, but maybe they'll take actually the book version of that story, add more book details, because if you didn't know, Black Cauldron is actually based on a book, and animated movie is nothing like the book. Maybe they'll actually take the book ideas on that, I don't know. We shall see if they actually do this movie, because like when the Black Cauldron was first released in the 80s, it wasn't a big hit. It actually decreased Disney sales on this movie because nobody really liked it. People always thought the Horned King was too scary for children. I love it. Like, I never got scared of the Horned King. Then again, I don't get scared of Snow White's Scary Adventures like some kids do, or all those dark rides like Pinocchio or Snow White or Mr. Toad's. I don't remember being scared at all of those rides. Mom, did I don't know, she's watching it. Maybe she's watching it. Mom, did I ever, me and my sisters ever scared of those rides? I don't think so. I don't remember being ever terrified of those rides. And again, we've been on those rides since we were babies, so yeah. I think we just got used to it and we adapted. Yes, my mother took us to Disney when we were babies, like months old. I think the youngest one was Sarah, my youngest sister, who was like, what, like a few weeks old when we went to Disney? Yeah. So my mom and dad have been taking us to Disney since we were babies. And I think we just adapted to the rides, because like when you're babies, the only thing you really can ride is like most of the Fantasyland rides. So I think we just adapted from there. Like my favorite ride was the carousel. I had to go to the carousel. My mom would tell the story over and over again. The time she took me to Disney is they would go up there on Friday nights. We would ride the carousel, and we would go see the Hunchback show in Fantasyland Theater. Those two things, and then we would go home, and that's it. Because what are you gonna do when you're little? You can't ride on the big rides until you're a certain height or a certain weight. But yeah. So Fantasyland rides, I think we just adapted to it. So yeah, which is interesting. So yeah. I think that's the only thing I missed. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Avengers Campus, it looks amazing. If you haven't seen the concept art, I will try to link some links below so you guys can see everything that I'm talking about. And where have you been? It was all over Twitter, Instagram, and social media. If you don't have social media, who are you? Then again, I understand you don't have social media, because then again, it can get kind of hectic. And sometimes people can't take the criticism on there. Like, I like criticism to an extent. I don't like criticism when they try to put someone down or anything, but I love my opinion versus someone else's opinion. Like, I love seeing the other side of an opinion, even though I will hold on to my opinion or like try to like see the gray area. I don't see black and white. I try to see the gray area in everything I do. That's just how I am. But yeah, I would love to hear more opinions, like other than mine, on all of this. So please comment below and let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!